Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. Oh, please excuse my nails. I painted with Kinders today and I cannot get the paint out of my cuticles or underneath my nails. But today we are going to be using several of my Micron Pigmas, 05, 02, and 03. I think I also pull in my 08 later. But we are going to be doing the March bullet journal plan with me and setup. And along with the microns, I'm going to be using my Tombow brush pen hard tip in black. And Tombow brush pens N15, 379, 026, 126, and 685. And today's theme is the Mende flowers. So this is my Olive and Archer notebook. And I love the thing. The cover on the outside is actually from Hobonichi. It is, I think it's Traveling Bird is what it's titled. But let's go ahead and get started. If I can find the right page. Here we go. The quote that I'm going to be using today, and I'm using my Tombow brush pen, and it is from the book Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Persist, pivot, or concede. It's up to us, our choice every time. I just found this very fitting for this month. I'm really struggling getting my goals set out and accomplished, and I just really feel like some goals are worth waiting for and some are not, and it's time to just pivot and concede that I'm not going to be able to get some of the stuff done that I want to get done. This is my monthly title page, as you can see, and I drew out the word March in my brush pen, and now I'm trying to figure out which micron pen would fit in the little tiny spots, and I'm not gonna overlap certain areas, but anyway, so it took me a little while to figure that out, but then I'm gonna go ahead and trace everything out. And this setup took me about, I'm gonna tell you, it took me easily an hour to set this front and back page, or that's from pen to eraser and coloring. Now that doesn't include the time it took me to pencil everything in either. I was totally inspired by the Mende art. I have drawn out a tattoo that I have on my right arm, and it is a Mende peacock, and that's just what inspired me for this particular layout this month. So you see that I am just adding the details in, and I believe the pen that I'm using is a Micron 05. And I'm just going in and adding the little tiny details and all the extra things. So when I'm getting ready to color it, I'll just color over everything. What I really like about this paper and the Archer and Olive paper is amazing. The ink dries so quick, it just sucks right into it, and nothing really smears or I can lay my hand, you see my hand is right on top of everything that I just did, and I don't have to worry about whiteout or smearing or anything like that. My regular plan with me's are in a Hobonichi Cousin, and I have to be careful when I use things like this because the ink does smear. It takes a long time for it to dry. So this is really enjoyable. Okay, so I'm getting ready to get my eraser out and erase everything. And I really apologize for the shakiness. My tripod actually sits on top of my drafting table, and so I'm gonna have to figure out something different, I think, but maybe not erase on the table itself. But I have everything erased, and I'm just gonna come in and thicken up this march. I wasn't sure I liked it how thin it was, and I felt like it kind of disappeared behind everything. So I'm thickening up these lines with my brush pen, and then I'm going to come in and start coloring. And the colors I chose, I got inspiration, just looked up traditional Indonesian colors, and I love the bright jewel tones, and that's what I pulled for this palette this week, or this month actually, it's the whole month. Now, as you can see here, this dark blue jewel tone turquoise color, I lost my march, and you'll see later that I'll come back in with a white acrylograph pen and cover it up a little bit so it pops out a little bit more, just on the R and the C and the H. come in with the Olive and Archer acrylograph pen. I tried it with my gel pen, my Signa jelly pen, and I didn't quite get the color that I wanted. So I'm grabbing that Archer and Olive, and I'm going to come over and just add a couple details on this flower, and then color in the letters of March that are covered by that really dark color. So this takes me a few times to get the colors right, or I have to do several layers to get it to cover and pop out. But in the long run, it worked out really well. Okay, so this is my quote page and my monthly layout, or my monthly cover page. Now we're moving on to the mood tracker, and again I got my brush pen out and I'm lettering the words, where are my words, lettering mood tracker up here. I ended up changing the letters. I really didn't like the lettering, so you won't see that style again because I just really didn't like it. But I decided to do a lotus flower in the Mende style for my mood tracker, and the little petals that you see down by the M, those are going to be where I put in my ratings, I guess, for lack of a better word, for my mood. This layout, both pages, my mood tracker and the other side, my packing list for my trip, took me 29 minutes from ink to erasing and coloring. Now, when I did the numbers, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just did them, instead of left to right, I just did them randomly, and I don't know, maybe it'll look good because maybe spreading them out, I don't know. But anyway, I did them up the middle, and then then the right side, then the left side, and I don't even know what I was doing, but that's okay. So my yellow will be my best mood, and this dark gray is going to be a crappy mood. And again, I'm sorry for the shaking. Now the next page is my Corpus Christi packing list and things that I need to get done before I head off to visit a friend of mine. And this is a really simple layout. I just did a really simple flower on the top corner and the bottom corner, and a list to pack, things that I need to do before I leave, and things that I need to buy before I leave. am almost finished here. This is the finished spread of my mood tracker, and almost finished with the Corpus Christi spread here. Then we're gonna go ahead and work on my month at a glance, I guess is what you call it. I'm not sure. But the boxes are 5 by 5. And this is where I will put important events and appointments and just forward planning kind of things. This spread took me almost an hour to complete, from pen to marker, including erasing. But that, again, that does not include the time it took me to pencil everything out first. So I would say a guess would be an hour and a half to 2 hours, pencil to marker, for this spread. Now, I really enjoyed creating these groups of flowers. They're almost like bouquets of Mende flowers. And I'm using my 03, I believe, just because it's such a tiny little space and really detailed. But up in the right-hand corner, you'll see that I have a whole empty space for my monthly action items. And those are where I'm gonna keep track of my monthly action items along with my MakseLife notebooks. I think if I do this theme again, I'm just gonna leave it black and white. I really love the way just the black lines look, and maybe coloring in some deeper black areas would really make it pop. That might be a goal for this fall, just to, gosh, it's so pretty like this, but I enjoy the color as well. And because it's been a dry, cold winter here, I am really looking forward to colors of spring coming out in our world. And I'm looking forward to all the trees getting little leaves on them and a greeny lawn. And so I just really needed that transformation of color in my life right now. I'm really excited about that. Now here, I lost some footage. I don't know what happened, but I lettered the March in with my Tombow, or my Tombow brush pen, my hard tip brush pen. So I apologize for missing that little section. All the numbers that I put in the calendar are done with my O3, including the days of the week, which are up at the top. I did those with my O3 as well. And then I really like separating Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from the other part of the week. My brain works good that way. On Fridays, I don't work every other Friday, and the other Fridays we have early release days, and I just like the way it looks. It fits better with my brain. Now, as you can see, I'm coming down here at the bottom and just finishing this last little bouquet cluster, and the details in here are just, I am really, really pleased with how this turned out. I think it just is beautiful. Now, I don't know what I was thinking. I just moved on, and this is my weekly spread, but I forgot to color the other page, but that's okay. We'll go back and color it here in just a little bit. And as you can see, I did a Dutch door style, and I really like how this worked out. I'm putting a sticky note down here just so I don't walk into the little edges of each one of my days of the week. And I'm drawing out a few more bouquets of that Mende style flower. But anyway, the Dutch doors turned out amazing. I cut the Dutch doors down just enough so I can see my goals for the whole month. So every page of the Dutch door is a week, and I can see all of my goals and how I've been doing every month. My problem is I'll do the things that I'm supposed to do sometimes, but I forget to mark it in my planner that I did it, and because I don't see it, it's not on the page that I want it to be on. So I have to go back and find my habits and mark those off, and I just don't do that. So now that I can see them, I think that I will be more accurate on tracking the habits that I do have laid out for the whole month. And you will see me fill those in here in just a little while on this page. And then when I get to the last week of March, you'll see me filling it in on that page as well. And there are 5 weeks of March. I think this just worked out so amazing. And I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So now I have all the flowers outlined, and I am going to dot so I don't mess up the squares for each one of my days, and that way I know when to stop and when to start, because my pencil lines are really light. And I'm going to do the same thing on the habits as well, and that way I can just do one long stroke, or just leave the ruler in one spot as I go. And I really admire people who can draw these lines without rulers, but that's just not who I am. I need a ruler. I have to have it straight. I really wish that I wasn't so anal about it, but that's okay. It is whatever. Okay, on the left-hand side of this particular, the first week of March, my habits are workout, daily chores, planner check, and bullet journal check. And I decided that I was going to put the days of the week vertically and actually plan in a vertical style rather than horizontal style. I just like the way I think it flows. I'm just a vertical planner person, so I really think that it's going to work out best for me. Now I realize that I didn't color this first page, so I'm going back, and I did switch up some of my colors, and I will link those color switch ups in the description below if I can remember what they are. But as you can see, I'm coloring. This pink is a new color. I can't remember the number of the color. I apologize. But again, I took my Post-it so I wouldn't get into the little boxes there. And that is a trick that I saw on YouTube from somebody, and I can't even remember who. And it works out really well. So you're just not getting into that area. And I know that you can cover it up. It's a mind thing for me. I've got to have it just crisp, nice, crisp, beautiful lines. Back to I admire people who can draw fairly straight lines without a ruler, but I need them absolutely straight. So again, I lost some more footage. I don't know what happened, but this, I believe, is the 3rd week of March, so March 15th through the 21st. And I don't know what happened to my 2nd week one. On the flip through, you'll be able to see it, but it's the same layout. And being consistent in a month, even if I change the layouts every month, it's fine, but the consistent layout is something important to me, and it works really well with how my brain works. I decided to create this particular spread, just a monochromatic style, and I'm using the yellow colored Tombow, that golden color, which I did switch up. Now this is the 4th week, the 22nd through the 28th, and as you can see, I colored it in already and lost more footage, but okay, we're just gonna go with it, so I apologize. This is the very last week, week 13 of the year, and this is the 29th through the 4th, and I'm filling in, again, the other part of my habits that I'm gonna be tracking for the month, which are draw, journal, and no quote-unquote want spends. So okay to spend on things that I need, but not that I want. That's gonna look different one of the weeks of March when I go on my vacation, but that's okay. We're all not perfect. So now you see here that I totally screwed up and started drawing my lines all the way across to cover up my daily plan area, and you'll see that I'll fix it later, but oh my God, I don't even know, I swear, sometimes. So I'm writing in the days, and I think this is where I realized that I screwed it up. Yeah, definitely where I realized I screwed it up. So luckily for my Dutch doors that I had cut out, I had extra paper, and I'm just gonna cut them to size and glue them right on here, and don't even notice that I screwed it up. But that's okay. I'll do that here in a little bit. Right now I'm just adding some doodles up at the top just to fill in that empty space, because I wanted to go simple and do this really pretty lily-ish Mende flower at the bottom corner. While I'm sketching this in, I would really like it if you would subscribe to this channel if you haven't already subscribed. It really helps us out. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And thank you very much for watching this. I appreciate it. And thanks for hanging in there this whole time. It was a pretty long video, but we'll continue to fill this out, and I will do a really quick flip through at the end. And we'll see you back with another bullet journal plan next month. And hopefully I can get it out before April starts. But I knew that I was going to be gone for a week and wasn't going to actually technically do a plan with me. So I figured this would be a good spot to put this video in where I'm going to be on vacation. I post videos every Monday. Hobonichi Cousin Plan with me with MakseLife goal setting, and once a month I throw in a bullet journal setup. Okay, so you can see I put that paper, I glued that paper on with my Tombow glue down where I messed it up, and now I'm just coloring the tabs in for every week. And I don't know if I did this on film, but I went ahead and wrote down the days that the weeks are. So the first week is 1 through 7, the second week is 8 through 14, 15 through 21, 22 through 28, and then the final week 13 is not tabbed. So here's a quick flip through. Thank you very much for watching.